Good evening, everyone. I want to introduce all of you to a friend of mine. Just like other people, I didn't like him in the beginning, and I thought he was sort of strange and troublesome. He always emerged in front of me when he's not needed, and he always does so secretly like a ghost. Oh, he never stopped making fun of him and making me nervous. Oh, of course he has a name, performance anxiety, or a nickname, stage fright. At the age of 4, my sister was invited to perform on a Chinese TV kids program called The Happy Bus, and I was invited to perform with her in one of these sections. As I heard this proposal, I rejected it immediately. I was a very shy kid that even talking to a stranger would make shake and blush. So how would I make the choice and go straight to the performance? The thing is, I had a dream. I had a dream of acting. I wanted to be an actor in the future. Kind of paradoxical, isn't it? That's when my dad came in and started to introduce me this special friend of me soon. He said, the sooner you get used to it, the better you become. He was quite right, so I accepted this invitation despite the fact I was still very nervous about it.
We always stand side by side. I don't want to say goodbye. You made me cry, made me smile, made me feel the joy I love of kissing you. Thank you for all the love you always gave to me. Oh, I love you.
I don't remember how I feel exactly, but one thing I know is that I wasn't nervous at all. I walked up to the stage casually and sang the song naturally, but this stage friend never showed up. I feel I had already become the master of performing, so I signed up into the competition of giving English speech in front of the whole middle school, which was about 1,000 people. I didn't think it would be a big deal, and this friend wouldn't even show up probably. I was wrong. I was so wrong. This kid showed up, as mentioned, like a ghost. Just before the speech, I was in my chair waiting. I clenched my sweaty hands as close and hard as possible. Due to a rush of adrenaline, I could see my clothes and my heart popping up and down. My mouth was so dry, but I just didn't want any water at all because I might have vomited. I feel my body stiff and painful, but I just couldn't do anything about it. At that point, I started wondering, does this stage fright kid ever have any friend? So it was finally my turn. I managed to get up onto the stage, dragging my leg and placing them under standing out of 4. Then, the worst thing happened. People started clapping their hands. Brilliant. What was my topic again? It took me so long trying to recap what the first line was on my script. I wish I didn't open my mouth, but I did. I came up with a bunch of random words which didn't even exist on Earth. People started laughing. I had no idea what I was talking about. At that point, I wish it was only a nightmare, so I could wake up at the point. I wish there were a hole near me, so I would jump in it and come up when everyone had already forgotten who I was. Unfortunately, there was nothing but me and myself on the stage. So I took a deep breath and started my speech officially. It was a horrible experience. But then I started to think about, why does the stage fright show up? Why does he only show up this time but not on the TV stage? To find out why, I typed his name, stage fright, on the internet, and things like 4 ways to overcome stage fright or how to beat stage fright showed up. Clearly, I wasn't the only one who didn't like him. But what is this stage fright?
Palm sweaty, heart racing, stomach in knots. You can't cry for help. Not only is your throat too tight to breathe, but it'd be so embarrassing. No, you aren't being stalked by a monster. You're speaking in public, a fate some deem worse than death. See, when you're dead, you feel nothing. At a podium, you feel stage fright.
Yeah, that was me. But then I started to think about, where does stage fright come from exactly? just like with a disease. You need to know what's the root of it. So I asked him, where do you come from? A wrong focus point, he answered. What was that supposed to mean? I thought back to my speech. Why did I fail? It was the first time in my life giving a speech in a language never used before. I faced so many people. I wasn't confident at all. But these were not the causes. I thought back to the speech. During the process, I thought this stage fright was sitting aside, waiting and seeing me making mistakes, because that's what stage fright does. But he wasn't doing that. He was very serious. He said, "Chill. Are you nervous? Why are you nervous? You're here to deliver a speech, and that's what you should be doing. The thing that is important is the content and the quality of your speech, but not you. The audience doesn't care about you because you're merely a transfer station. The audience will have to hear your speech, but the process of going through you. It is a speech that matters, but not you." That's kind of mean. But he was actually right. My speech was the priority. Instead of focusing on what I should be focused on, I cared about too many other things. I was afraid people might laugh at me due to my poor accent. I was worried that I might have disappointed the teacher who had helped me with my speech. I was even scared that I would make a mistake in the process, so I wouldn't have the confidence to talk to a girl I had a crush on who was sitting in the crowd. It was too foggy in my mind, so I couldn't see anything clearly. I've lost my ways. But why wasn't I nervous when I was on a seemingly more scary TV stage? Well, I was very young and didn't know anything about performance. The only reason why I agreed to perform was because I had a goal. I wanted to perform. I was very confident, as if the stage was merely the living room in my house. The way stage fright helped me was a bit mean, harsh, and of course aggressive. He was actually right. He told me that I should clear those arbitrary things from my mind and stay focused. Marie Curie has said, "Nothing in life is to be feared. It is to be understood." And think back to what my dad had told me about this stage fright. He said, the sooner you get used to it, the better it becomes. They were both right. And that's why I'm standing right here, giving you another talk. Maybe it's time for us to rethink and redefine about this stage fright. Is he really that bad? And does he only bring us trouble and anxiety? Maybe we all turn out to the person and say, "Hi." Thank you.